Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Now usually what I would do on my birthdays is that I would make a vlog and then just show you all like what has been done for the day. But this time I decided to do something different because I wanted to share a story with you all. So this is a story time video. So that's another type of video that I have finally covered. And there's something that I wanted to talk about, which is this. Yeah, this is my Pokemon card collection, and basically I have been collecting Pokemon cards for a really long time. I feel like a lot of us have been collecting Pokemon cards for like a seriously long time, but we never truly learned how to play the game. And the thing is that like in India, especially in Goa, you will find cards which have like rock paper scissors on them, and then you would just assume that like that's how you win the game. At least that was the thing way back in like 2013 I guess, or 2012. But that as time passes by, you just try to figure out the game, and many of us, I feel like, forgot like how this game actually works, and half of us like just did not bother because we just wanted to collect the cards. We just wanted the aesthetics of the cards, to own the cards and everything. It took me nearly I don't know how long it took me. I think 11 years I guess. Earlier in the days there was like no means to learn the game, absolutely none. Like the cards that were given were either fake or they were forged, or like they had no value, absolutely. And I used to play, like I used to have like a tab, and I used to, oh, my Dipto. I remember these people, right? So like I had my tab which could not support the game. I also had my mediocre phone which could not support Pokemon TCG for some reason. And then I just like one day I was like watching Purple Cliff. He's a very famous Pokemon YouTuber, you can say, and he was talking about like the Pokemon TCG games, and he made a video when it came to Pokemon TCG and how to play it. I did not understand jack shit about that video. Like I did not understand anything, even though he tried to simply lay down the basics. So like he said that there are 6 prize cards, you win by taking these 6 cards, and then you'll have to either you can win this way, this way, this way, or this way. Like when you finally understand the game, right, it makes a lot of sense to you. You're like, oh wait, this is so simple. It shouldn't have taken me 11 years to finally learn this, but yeah, it does take you 11 years. I mean, nowadays you can easily learn it. Okay, you can just go up, watch a YouTube video. There'll be hundreds of YouTube videos that can easily tell you how to play Pokemon TCG. Okay, even the game, now that I can finally play it online, I have learned a lot. And my favorite deck to use when it comes to Pokemon TCG, it was Mewtwo, because that's like a beginner's deck. That's how you like learn. So you learn with Mewtwo EX, I think, and then I switched to like a more complex deck, which was Giratina Lost Engine, Giratina X Comfy Lost Engine deck, Lost Origins deck I think it's called. But basically it worked on the premise of like throwing your cards away into a lost zone and then basically charging up your attacks to their maximum output. And then I learned like a lot. Okay, I learned that there are these types of cards, these types of cards, these types of cards. And let me just break it down for you, okay, so you finally understand the game. Basically, a person has 60 cards, okay, 60. And these 60 cards are made up of your Pokemons, your trainers, supporters, items, stadiums, what have you. Okay, stadiums like this, you see, this is an item card. Okay, yeah, here. So this is Professor's Research. Okay, it's one of the best cards there is in the game because it allows you to discard your hand and just get brand new 7 cards. And it's really important because what happens is, like, at the start of every round, there's a coin toss, you decide who goes first, who goes second. And then afterwards, basically, you start with 7 cards, you put down a basic Pokemon. You see, Dusclops, or it's written here, basic. I can put Dusclops because he's a basic. I cannot put Magmortar because he's not a basic, because you see it requires a Magmar. So I first have to put down a Magby, then a Magmar, and then a Magmortar. Or I can just use a rare candy. There's an item called rare candy which you can use to skip evolutions. So that's another thing. And in your first turn you cannot play trainer cards which I showed you. This Professor Research, you cannot play it in your first turn. Then there are something called as energies. Energies are basically things you require to charge up your deck. So you can see 1 psychic energy in order for me to use Perplex. Okay, and there are various energies. There's grass energy, fire energy, dark energy, basically, which allows you to, you can basically just put 1 energy at a time unless you have an item that says you can attach more than 1, or you have a trainer card that says you can attach more than 1. Different trainers have different abilities that help you either draw cards, pull in cards, or like arrange cards however you want, discard cards, discard your opponent's cards, reveal your opponent's cards. And there are several strategies when it comes into like the TCG game. Okay, because to make a deck out of 60 cards, it's a nightmare. But yeah, that's about it. I'm sorry there's no vlog this time, but I genuinely just wanted to share this like happy feeling that I had, because it's truly an incredible feeling when you finally do something that you wanted to do for years, and the satisfaction when you get when it all starts like clicking in your head, like, okay, this is finally making sense, this is finally making sense, oh, so this is how you do it. It is genuinely amazing. And I know that people say, oh my god, it took you 11 years to understand this game. Trust me, it's not that easy. Do you know how many ways to win there are? First of all, you can win by taking all the prize cards. Okay, simple. You can win by decking out your opponent. Basically, your opponent has no more cards to pull. Also, I should mention that your opponent can pull cards once a turn. Okay, and so basically, if he runs out of cards to pull, that's another way to win. Then you can win by knocking out all the Pokemons on your opponent's Pokemons on the board. Then also, these are like the simple things. However, you can also win by playing specific Pokemons that allow you to either take extra prize cards, like increase your prize cards output and just take like 3 prize cards at once, or you can like play specific Pokemon, specific trainers that result in your opponent getting a deck out. There are specific conditions under which a person completely is like hopeless, and the situation is hopeless, where you're just drawing cards until you have no more cards to draw, and you cannot attack, because there is this one deck which is Snorlax block deck, I think it is, where it just traps your main Pokemon in the arena battlefield, I guess, and you cannot switch Pokemons. That's the worst part. Like, it just blocks you. You cannot retreat your Pokemon. And there is a lot of things when it comes to the TCG. But I have to say, I'm so happy that I finally learned how to play Pokemon TCG. Like, this was the one thing that was remaining in so many years of watching Pokemon as a kid and playing the games and doing everything. Like, I have basically done it all when it comes to Pokemon. The TCG games, the anime series, the GBA games, Pokemon X, played Pokemon on Drastic, Pokemon Unite was not really that great, but okay. Pokemon Go was really nice though. For its time, Pokemon Go was really good, and I feel like everyone played it at some point, so it was really nice, and it really helped Pokemon get fame, and that's about it. Like there are a lot more gimmicks and a lot more strategies, a lot more decks that do exist in Pokemon TCG, but I cannot go over all of them. I genuinely do not have the patience. But like, if possible, I will one day make a video that goes over like the main top 5 competitive decks that are there in Pokemon. But as far as everything I have explained, that's about it. Okay, so thank you for watching, and yeah, that's about it. Bye bye. See y'all in the next video.